Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. For this week, we don't have any specific teacher who leads us into our daily meditation, but the net is cast wide for a whole range of awesome teachers to inspire us every morning. Stefan, good morning. Awesome seeing you there. Hello. Pat, good morning. Sunmari, good morning. Very happy to be starting my morning right here with you. So we're going to get right into it. Today's meditation is called Finding Inner Wisdom. And that is an acknowledgement that we can learn to listen to what is inside of us and find that we can get really good at listening and recognizing the wisdom that is there. Grania, good morning. Shabs, good morning. Linda, good morning. Charlene, good morning. Hello. Awesome having you all here. The first thought comes from Jan Christensen. He says, your inner wisdom will always guide you if you listen and let it in. So it doesn't seem as though he means this is automatic and obvious. He does say, if you listen, and also if you let it in. Danae, good morning. Anthony, good morning. Awesome seeing you all. If you get quiet inside of your head, then your inner thoughts can come from your inner wisdom, says Jan Christensen. When we are feeling judgmental or self-conscious or just plain uncomfortable inside, then usually that is just the noise in our head talking loudly. I call this noise your intellectual thinking, which results from your opinions and beliefs. True wisdom, says Jan Christensen, true wisdom holds pretty much no opinions or judgments. A lot of inner chatter is usually just going to mess you up with ideas that are not coming from your true inner wisdom or your mind. It is our natural response to use our brain to try and think up answers. But have you tried finding answers by not thinking? Over the last number of years, I have found this to be a very effective way to receive answers to questions. Does it sound strange? Try to find answers by not thinking. Here's what I mean. By now you know the formula of the meditation, and you know that you can do that deep dive to be connected to something deep inside of you. This is where I like to take my questions, but to try specifically not to find an answer. When we ask a question, naturally our mind wants to jump to an answer, but for this exercise you can be like, I'm not desperate for an answer, I'm just being curious. Carl Jung says, your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakens. And Rumi says, listen to the silence. It has so much to say. We're practicing that today. We're practicing taking ourselves to sit at the feet of our soul and simply ask in curiosity. Let go of the part of your brain that wants to find the answer. Let the question float away, and let's see what comes. If you're ready, you can close your eyes, and we'll float away on this journey together, starting with the first few big breaths. Let's take a deep breath in and out. A deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine. Lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. Every time you breathe out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and even drop your head. Trying to find answers without thinking. Does that idea make any sense? Continue your own full body breathing while we have this conversation. There is a part of your brain that naturally, when a question is asked, even if you ask the question yourself, wants to jump onto the answer. It's the part of your brain that says, I know, I can find the answer. And today we're asking that part of our brain to settle down. We don't have to chase after any answers today. We're simply being curious. Curious and trusting that wisdom lives within each of us. We are each connected to the same source. Wisdom flows through me as it flows through you. So with every exhale, soften. And trust that you can soften so deeply into you that you leave the busy thoughts on the surface. It's not like they disappear, but it is true that we can detach ourselves from the thinking so much that we can leave it on the surface while we slip into some place deeper. So with every exhale, soften. Feel yourself slipping deeper into you. And just imagine what it would be to find yourself sitting at the feet of your soul. Ready to listen. So with every exhale, soften. Feel yourself slipping deeper into you. You are leaving the busy thoughts to float on the surface. While you find yourself slipping into a place where silence already lives. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch and adjust and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. Let's take a deep breath in. And as you release, drop your head all the way forward. And then roll out your neck muscles. Forward and to the left. And forward and to the right. Big half circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. See if you can tilt your head to the left while you tilt your hips to the right. Curving your spine into an S from your head down to your tailbone. Takes a bit of coordination, but it's doable. And then tilt your head to the right while you tilt your hips to the left. Your brain loves this exercise. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at least as much as we are able to do right now, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this is always a good place to stop. But if you are here for the whole journey, we'll take the next few big breaths together. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips in and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath, but hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, ask yourself, what is your relationship to your inner wisdom? What is your relationship to your own inner wisdom? Take your next big breath. With your next big breath as you dive deep into you, try and imagine the journey of slipping so deep into you that you find yourself sitting at the feet of your soul, listening to higher wisdom speaking. What does that image look like? Can you form an idea of that picture? Sitting at the feet of your soul and listening. Take your next big breath. With your next big breath as you dive deep into you, bring that same picture again. As you take a deep breath, as you dive deep inside, feel yourself sitting in the presence of your own higher wisdom and say, I am open. I am listening. Take your next big breath. And then as you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, I want you to check in with that part of your brain that wants to jump up and say, I know the answer. I can find the answer. Perhaps it's the first grade version of you. And for today, we're asking that part to sit down, take a seat, relax. We are not desperate for answers at all. We don't need to find the answer. We are just being curious. Take your next big breath. I really love today's questions. These are some of my favorite questions to ask, and it seems as though These might be some of my soul's favorite questions to answer. Are you ready? Do you feel playful? Here we go. As you take your next big breath and dive deep inside, the question I want you to take to your soul, and I want to remind you, ask the question and also let it go. Don't try and think of an answer. Just be curious about what might rise and listen. Which parts of my life am I enthusiastic about? I love the question. Which parts of my life am I enthusiastic about? Take your next big breath. I want to ask that question one more time. So as you take your next big breath and as you dive deep into you, ask the same question again. And again, see what comes to you. Which parts of my life am I enthusiastic about? Take your next big breath. And then another really good question to ask, let go, and just listen. How does your wisdom speak about this question? As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, the question is, which fears are holding me back? Which fears are holding me back? Or what are the fears that are holding me back? Just listen. Take your next big breath. connected to the previous question, kind of similar. What is it that I'm afraid will happen? As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, ask the question and also just listen. What is it that I'm afraid will happen? Take your next big breath. The next two questions are not the same, but they likely lead to the same place. As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, ask the question, where do I need to create more distance? Are there people or environments or situations from which I should create more distance? So as you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, the question is, where do I need to create more distance? Take your next big breath. And then, with your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, where do I need to move closer? Who are the people? What are the situations, the environments where I need to move closer? Good connections. Lots of love and support. Where is it that I need to move closer? Take your next big breath. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath holding space and into the next. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel how softness slips in and settles in every cell of your body. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I'll read to you one more time from our teachers this morning. Jan Christensen says, "Your inner wisdom will always guide you if you listen and let it in. If you get quiet inside of your head, then your inner thoughts can come from your inner wisdom. When we are feeling judgmental or self-conscious or just plain uncomfortable inside, then usually it's not your wisdom, it is the noise in your head talking loudly. I call this noise your intellectual thinking, which results from your opinions and beliefs. True wisdom holds pretty much no opinions or judgments. A lot of inner chatter is usually just going to mess you up with ideas that are not coming from your true inner wisdom. Carl Jung says, your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakens. And Rumi says, listen to silence. It has so much to say. I want to remind you of these questions one more time. It is worth having a bit of space for the echoes of these questions. The first one is, which parts of my life am I enthusiastic about? Which parts of my life excite me? And then what fears are holding me back? What are the fears that are holding me back? And then where is it that I need to create some distance? And then where is it that I need to move closer? You are invited to reflect on those a little bit more today. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and you are invited to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for a journey, quite a journey, to learn to listen to inner wisdom. Take a deep breath in. As part of this journey, thank you for learning how to listen to and recognize all of the fears. It's the loudness of the scared me that tends to get in the way of the wisdom. Thank you for learning how to listen to the fear so I can recognize the difference between the fear, the voice of fear, and the voice of wisdom. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for the clear answers this morning. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for the easy trust that I have in guidance. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. I trust that it was easy for you to hear the whisper of wisdom. In today's email, those questions will be there again. It's worth reflecting on them at least one more time. Michelle, good morning. It's really good to see you. Hello. Thank you, Danae. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Stefan. Thank you, Sunmarie. Thank you, Pat. Have an awesome day, everybody. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you, Linda. See you again soon. Ciao, ciao.